Hi everyone, Mark here again, Space Cowboy, and welcome to a little video about the London gaming market. So I went there last Sunday, the 22nd of March, with my good friends Alex Ustar Gamer and Scott Sega Zombie. So Alex, bless him, drove us there and back flawlessly. We didn't use public transport this time. We didn't park up and take the tube, which was fortuitous because I believe the nearest station was closed anyway. So we drove all the way to Russell Square and it was plain sailing. Great guys, great company, plenty of banter and just a fun day out. The benefit for me was that I'd already attended the market the end of last year, October, November time. And so I had an idea as to what to expect, which is useful because given the rate at which I changed my mind about what I'm collecting for and why, I had insight into what to expect when I got there. It was pretty much the same sellers in the same place with a similar stock. So yeah, that set me up so I knew exactly where to go and what to look for. Heading down there, we obviously had a discussion in the car about what I was going down there to collect, and it is very much Japanese Saturn, which you'll see here behind me. I've changed the layout here yet again. So I've got this Switch Super Deluxe at the top, which makes sense, and then it feeds into the retro, which for me is the Sega Saturn. That's my favourite console of all time. So that's what I went there to pick a few bits up. Before I get into that though, I'm going to start with some Mega Drive. As you can see, I'm trying to amass a little Mega Drive collection here, going for nostalgia. So for me, most of it will be PAL, and then when it comes to shooters, I'm liking the idea of getting them Japanese. So the first two games I picked up were from Al's Arcade. So I'd already negotiated a deal with him beforehand, and once I knew he was going to the London Gamer Market, we were able to conclude business. And they are Street Racer on the Mega Drive, which I've never played. I've heard of it, obviously, but never played it. So I now have a Blue Spine. Blue Spine! Is that how Zombie says it? No, I need a bit more work on that. But a Blue Spine, which is my first Blue Spine, and Rambo 3, which I know is quite a difficult game. I played this recently and quite enjoyed it. And Japanese. So I do like the Japanese artwork. I do like the spines. And I may have said before, I've just picked up a modded Mega Drive so I can play, anything at any speed. And usefully, I made sure to pick up a Japanese model so I don't have to have a converter to use a PAL cartridge in that Japanese Mega Drive. The benefit of that being is, as you'd expect, it's in a Kallax TV unit, and I didn't want to have too much height with the cartridges because that just wouldn't work. Anyway, this is a game, everyone's got this game. I was really keen to have it back in the collection. That is Road Rash. Love this game. So yeah, these are all pretty much complete. I mean, I've said before, I'm not too fussed about manuals. I know I should be, but I'm not. I'd rather just have a clean case. A nice case in good condition. Then Dragon's Fury. Classic pinball game. 10 gen. Yeah, love that one. Oh, another absolute classic, Castle of Illusion. I mean, these are all pretty staple games. Most Mega Drive collections, you'll find them in everyone's Mega Drive collection. And of course, you've got to have Golden Axe. I think the game, oh, and that's all of them, by the way, Mega Drive wise. The game I'm after the most has to be Streets of Rage 2. That's next on my list. I want to get all the staple games, and then I can branch out and get some more obscure ones. I just want to pick up the games I had when I was younger. I've also now ordered another, I've moved it down there now, another wireless controller, Retrobit. Yes, Retrobit. So then we can play 2 players when the lads come around or mates come around. And yeah, we want to play a bit of Golden Axe. Now, that's retro, but the next is proper retro. So I'm not obviously these markets are busy, car boots are busy and things like that. I'm a bit more, I don't know, I'm too reserved. I don't go diving around on my hands and knees, rummaging through stuff. I don't dive in the back of people's cars and, well, that'd be odd, but you know, and ask what they got. I'm a bit more reserved, but Scott was down there having a good old rummage, and he found some Atari 2600 cartridges, and he picked one out, and he knew that I wanted it, and that is, and it does look a bit rough, but I'm sure it'll play fine, Spider Fighter, which I've seen him play at his. A great little, shmup, basically. It's just obscure, and the minute he played this, and I just heard the dulcet tones of the 2600, I knew I needed to have a 2600 back in my collection. I've still got my original, but the idea of trying to tune in that Bang & Olufsen, which is a headache to navigate those menus, to try and tune that in would be a nightmare. So I'm looking at a 2600 plus, HDMI, yeah, it'd be easy. But yes, so really wanted to pick this up, pleased to pick it up, and it's fairly inexpensive. I think I negotiate prices on all of these. I think I paid £10 for this, so well happy with that. I am aware that it's coming out on an Evercade cartridge, which I presume is an Atari collection. I should know. Anyway, that doesn't interest me because I'm going to be rigid and stick to the arcade carts only as far as Evercade are concerned. But to have this on the original 2600, that pleases me greatly. And I'll have to put a little bit of gameplay footage, I think, as I'm bigging it up somewhat. And then I was about to walk away from that stall, and Scott said, "Go on, get down there, have a look. There's probably some other games in there." And I said, "Oh well." I said, "You know what?" I said, "You go back down there and have a rummage. And you know what game I'm after? I want Cosmic Art." Well, there was only about a dozen games in there, and I had a look through, and I couldn't believe it when I saw this. There it is, Cosmic Art. This is not an easy game to get. Again, Scott picked this up recently. I'm giving spoilers as to his pickups now, I realise. Anyway, I looked online. I couldn't see this for less than £30, albeit boxed, I think. I got this for a £5. So again, another little shmup kind of a game. But yeah, and you know I like it because, of course, it's silver. Yes, I've got to think about silver. Do you know that? I didn't rehearse this, I promise, but that segues nicely into my next little pickup. So, I've said I love the Sega Saturn. That's my favourite console for sure. It's my favourite generation of console gaming. And so, I flitted between, unsurprisingly, the Saturn and the PS1 quite a bit back in the mid-90s. And so at some point, I needed to have a PlayStation 1 back in their setup. So I have got a PlayStation 1 console. I've hooked that up, SCART, of course, on a Bang & Olufsen. And it means I can kit back here and play Gran Turismo. I'm sure I've already said this. But given, actually, there are no PlayStation games on the bookcase behind me, tells me that they're still in my box for my next pickups video. Anyway, there'll be more on the way. But anyway, so I started picking up PlayStation, and I know a few people have done this. I'm going for the Platinums. Reason being, well, they're silver. Gotta have them, the silver. I'm a magpie. Silver, gold, that's the thing. So I think, you know, I've got the silver of the PS1 because it's platinum, and the gold of the Saturn because I'm going Japanese. And what I like is, in terms of dimensions on the bookcase, they work. So it's PS1 Platinum. I don't know how many games there are, and yet again, when you go on lists and Reddit forums, you'll find that it varies. I was looking yesterday. Offhand, I got a feeling there's about 160 odd. Then I saw something about saying 200. Either way, it'll be a relaxed grind to pick these up. And these, of course, I am going to want the manuals. So, yeah, unlike the Mega Drive, I will want these complete. Also picked up Tomb Raider 3, which was in good condition, but unfortunately I cracked that case when I squashed it into my backpack. So Tomb Raider 3, because I've already got the first two, though you wouldn't know that yet, but you do now. Ridge Racer. I mean, again, you know, everyone's going to be familiar with these games. Cool, this is a weighty one. There's manual in this. Again, must be another Yellow Pages job. Actua Soccer. Yeah, fond memories of playing that with my mate Jerry. I'm trying to think who the commentator is on that. I was going to say Alan Green, but he's Olympic Soccer. I need to get that because that's 100 miles an hour, that game. Is it... Oh, not Dickie Davies. Oh, I had the name and I lost it. TOCA 2. Yeah, I do realise actually, I seem to be picking up a lot of racing games so far on the PlayStation. Now for the main event, the Japanese Saturn. As I've said, there are several sellers down there selling Japanese stuff, in particular Scottish Alan, I think is how he's known in the community, and he was stalled out there, as he always is, with boxes upon boxes of games, most of which are Japanese. I've taken some still pictures, so I'll put some in so you can see what I'm talking about, and I was just in my element. It's always busy there, there's always a hub of excitement there. You're 3 or 4 people deep trying to get to the boxes, but once I was there, I was set, and then I was able to go through them, and they moved the boxes so I can then go through and check what's there. Now, so the first game I picked up looks a bit odd, but it's, oh, trust me, it's Capcom Generation 1. So I picked this up because it has shooters on it, and I only know that because of Shmup Junkie's video a while back, whereby he reviewed every shooter on the Saturn. And what I understand from this, and I can see it on the front, it's got the 1942 and 43 series on it. So pleased to have that, and this was inexpensive. Similarly, Capcom Generation 3. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what games are on it because I can't remember. All I know is that that was the number I needed to look out for, 1 and 3. Again, because it has shooters on there, and again, fairly inexpensive. This was a bit more expensive. That's Capcom Generation 4, and this is notable because it contains the game Gunsmoke, which is a top-down run and gun, kind of walk along, shoot 'em up. It's in the same style as Mercs and Commando. So I had to get that because, of course, it's Western themed, it's cowboy themed. So I needed to get that. And as you can see, I've now got Capcom Generation 1, 3 and 4. So now I need to look at number 2, regardless of what it's got on it. And I also saw there's a 5th one. Don't know what's on there either. So I picked those up. But yeah, they're okay, but I wanted to get a couple of proper shmups. So I picked up Parodius Dar, again on the Saturn. I believe there are 4 Parodius games on the Saturn. 3 like this, because I think one of them has 2 games on 1 disc. I know the Sexy Parodius is the more expensive of them. So yeah, picked this up. Pleased to have that in the collection. And then we get to the big hitter. Not a massive big hitter, but a decent title nonetheless. When I went down there, the game I particularly wanted to pick up or was looking out for was Blast Wind. I did see it there, but that was priced at £300. I dare say I could have negotiated a deal, and had I not bought that lot, I probably could have picked it up. I also saw Gekurinden. That was at £175 again. A little bit more than I'd want to pay, but again, I'd already picked these games up, so I wasn't sure about that. The game I went for, though, and I'm pleased with, is Shinru. Not a game I've seen or played before. I picked this up for a very reasonable £120. Now a lot of people are going to say, well, that's quite a bit of money. It is, but that is the ballpark figure you are going to pay when it comes to Japanese STGs. I would say on average you're looking at about £100 upwards, £150. If you're okay with that, then you're going to be able to pick up most shooters on the Saturn. There'll be a few like Hyperdual, they're going to be a lot more expensive. I didn't see that there and I didn't ask about it because that had just been most of the budget gone on one game, and I wanted to pick a few bits and pieces up. So that works perfectly for me. I pick up some, certainly not filler, but you know, some staple titles that I need on the shelves. I'm getting into the Platinum on the PlayStation 1, so those make sense because they're all cheap. They range between £5 and £10 each. So I pick a handful of those up. Yeah, so that sort of fills out what I get on the day, and then a little bit of Japanese Saturn there, and then you get your bigger game at the end, which is cool. So I can't wait for the next one really. And again, I have to save some pennies up. I mean, I afforded this because I stick to a budget, and I had moved on most of my Dreamcast because I wanted to reinvest that into the Saturn. And there's already, you know, lots more. I can see there's a whole crate over there for March, so I need to record that pickups vid. Before I go, however, that's not the only pickup. I did pick this up, but I need to give you fair warning. This is extremely bright. So when I was there last time, I picked up the Fallout 3. Well, I say Fallout 3. It's a Fallout neon sign. That has a dimmer, so that's quite cool. This, unfortunately, does not have a dimmer, and that is what is essentially a Mario star. I know I'm a Sega guy, but I do have a fondness for Mario 64, and I did complete it. I did get all 120 stars. I did get to fire a cannon to the roof and see Yoshi. So I do like collecting stars on Mario games. I need to go back really and replay Mario Odyssey. But anyway, I digress. Here we've got a Mario star. This is extremely bright. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this because it has no dimmer on it. It's either on or it's off. So prepare yourselves because this is something else. 3, 2, 1. You're blinded, aren't you? It's like a flashbang. I now have my own flashbang. I live near the coast, so it could probably double as a lighthouse. But honestly, here we go again. Ready? One more. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Blind people, scare people with it probably. Right, well here we are guys, and I'm going to play a little Spider Fighter. So I'm just going to reset it and then put the volume back on and see how I get on. One thing I do need to do is to get a wireless controller for this 2600 because the lead's a bit short. So let's reset that and unmute it. Oh. God. Oh wow, oh dear. God, the sound effects take me right back. It's a lively game. It's quite a workout in the old joystick. It's been a while since I had an Atari joystick in my hand. Oh, oh dear, not doing so well, am I? Hang on, they're a bit close. Oh, let's get rid of him. I'm trying to work out if there's a pattern. Do they just Whoa! Dear me, this is not easy. Oh my word. Yeah. Oh, we're cooking now. Oh, there's got to work out on this joystick. Oh. Is that it? No. Oh. Just spam that fire button. Oh. Wow. That's a good game. It's a hard game. It's been a long while since I've been wrestled one of these. Well, here we are, guys. Time for a little bit of Shenmue on the Japanese Sega Saturn. I can see I need to adjust the geometry on the picture. Obviously got an auto fire. Looks good, plays good. I'm not sure about the soundtrack. Oh, that's a cool sound, you picked them up. That sound effect, this is going to be quite random. That sound effect, those little power-ups, or whatever they are, them things, that ching, that reminds me when I used to play that Freak Machine, what was it called? Buccaneer. Bizarre, but anyway. It's a little bit chilled, a bit straightforward, a bit easy. Shouldn't say that in a shmup, but I guess it's oh, that's it. Now I think he. Oh wow, and he's coming up that way. Okay. That? Whoa. I got a bomb or something. Oh, yeah. Oh, is that... Jesus. Is that loud enough for you? Grief. Got the volume a bit high. Hang on, what? Hang on, I'm still picking up power-ups. That might be a bit loud. I didn't do a volume check on this beforehand. Oh, the music's improving. I'm getting Giga Wing music vibes now. Oh, you can't spam this fire, you just fire it and then wait for it to disperse. But it does its own thing. Well, this is alright. Well, they look cool. Again, the soundtrack is a bit uninspiring. Oh, what? No, I like that lightning thing. Oh well. Oh, I didn't see that fire powering up. Well, we're not back at the start. Oh. That looks like we carried on. I don't remember this bit before. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, hang on. Yeah, you fire your laser, I remember now. Oops. Got flanked. Stage 2-4, okay. little bit more ship speed. Show what these things are. They for score. That speed. Oh, I'll see if we can put this boss down and then we'll end it there. Come on. Come on, where are you? I get the feeling things are going to ramp up a bit. They need to be fair. Oh wow. Oh, I was going to use the bomb and I didn't.